everybody, what's up? It's Nickira here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do your makeup for an interview. Or you can also use this look for like the office or like a job that you can't have like crazy makeup. This is a good look for you to try. I wanted to do something very fresh, very professional looking, nothing distracting. Because when you're going into an interview, you don't want to have super crazy dramatic makeup because it's gonna take away from your interview. When you're having an interview, they are trying to get to know you and they're trying to get to know your skills and what you can do for the company, which will ultimately get you hired. If you have a smoky eye going on or if you have some glitter on your eyelids, that might tell the employer that you are not serious about getting this job and that you don't know how to be appropriate. My cousin Darien actually inspired me to do this video. She just started her own career development business where she helps people get ready for interviews. She helps you with resumes and anything that you need help with in entry-level jobs or when you're fresh out of college and all of that good stuff. I will put my cousin's information in the bottom bar below as well. She's based out of Dallas, Texas. So, but she can do work from anywhere in the country, from anybody. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see how I got interview ready with this makeup, then stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is make sure your skin is moisturized and then primed. Primer is going to make sure that your makeup stays on all day or for a good amount of time, and then also it's going to make sure that you have a good base under your foundation, and it's going to make everything just look smooth and seamless, and that's exactly what you want for an interview. So I'm using the Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage by MAC, and I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, smooth that all over my face. So first I like to start off with the brows. I feel like the brows really kind of frame your face. And particularly for this look that we're doing, you don't want to have crazy fleek brows because fleek brows are for the club or for a fashion show or whenever you want to just like have everybody looking at how bomb your makeup looks. We don't want to have no distractions during our interviews or at work. So we're just going to do a nice, clean, and defined brow. Nothing too crazy. So what I use for my brows is a pencil. It just really helps kind of fill in the gaps I have over here on the ends of my brows. I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in color dark brown, I think. Yeah, dark brown. This just really makes my eyebrows look super natural. This is probably the best eyebrow product I've ever used. So I'm just going to fill these in lightly. Now if you already have like pretty nice groomed defined brows already, you can you can just skip this whole thing. But since I have struggle brows, I have to do a little bit more work. Alright, so now we got some of the brows out the way. So we're going to be using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm just going to throw some of that onto our eyelids. First, I'm going to take a transition color. This is Saddle by MAC. This is my favorite transition color, or my favorite crease color. And I'm just going to pop that into my crease to make everything blend together. So when you're doing interview makeup, you don't want super duper sparkly eyeshadow. You don't want like a crazy color like turquoise or just anything that's going to take away from your interview. So we want to stick with neutrals. We want to stick with, if you're going to have shimmer, just do like a neutral tone shimmer, like a brownie color, like taupe colors are good. Something that says how bomb you are and how you need to hire me. So we're not going to be doing anything outrageous. So I'm going to be using one of my favorite eyeshadows, and that is Sable by MAC. It's right here. It's just a really, really pretty, almost skin tone, has some shimmer color. And it just really looks good on my eyelid. I would use something that's similar to your skin tone. You can use a matte eyeshadow if you like all matte looks. then that is really good also, because the shimmer doesn't like pop out at you. So I'm going to be using this. Alright, so now we got to put a color in the immediate crease. I like to use like a color that I can like blend together first, then my lid color, and then I put something in the crease. So what we're going to be using for the crease is MAC's Foley. It's this kind of reddish brown up here. Then we're going to start blending this color into the crease and make everything kind of come together. And I just do windshield wiper motions. I start on the outer portion of my eye, and then I just kind of start going into my crease when I'm blending. I got something in my eye. Okay. Now this next step isn't necessary, it's just the makeup artist in me. I kind of like want to complete everything. So I'm gonna take MAC's Soft Brown. This color over here is just a light matte brownie cream shade, and it's just going to go on my brow bone to make everything a little bit more put together. I am such a wing liner girl. That is always my favorite thing to do. Since we're gonna calm it down a little bit today, we're not gonna do a wing liner. We're just gonna do a nice defined line up on your top lash line. So I'm gonna be using the NYC liquid liner in this little bottle, and it has like a nice small defined point, so we can really get a precise line. Alright, so that's the eyes for the most part. Now we're going to move on to the face. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in color NC50, but that's what I am in the summer. But since it's the winter, I'm like 2 or 3 shades lighter than that. Because I'm a lot lighter than my foundation color, I like to use the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I like to mix it with my foundation to get the perfect color for my skin. So I really like to use my beauty blender to blend in my foundation because it just makes everything look flawless and perfect. So we're gonna just use this and dab it on. And my beauty blender is damp, so when you are using a beauty blender, just make sure that it's damp, because it just really makes everything look more airbrushed when it's actually a little bit wet. Alright, so for concealer, I usually, whenever I do my makeup, I like crazy concealer. Like, I love concealer. I love a really crazy highlighted look, but for an interview, again, we're not going to do too much. So I'm going to opt for my NARS Creamy Concealer, and this is in color Caramel. This is actually a little too light for me, so I am also going to mix it with my MAC Studio Conceal and Correct Duo. And I'm going to be using this side, which is ochre. This is really yellow, so it's just going to make my under eye area look a lot more highlighted and a little bit more awake. And I'm just going to dot it under my eye like that. And then I'm just going to take this side and put some of this right on top. I like to use this setting powder right here. This is Peaches and Cream by Anastasia Beverly Hills in my customizable contour palette. So I just take my beauty blender, dab it in the powder a little bit, and then I just start to go under my eyes and pat it right on to where I put my concealer. I I also like to put this setting powder on areas that I would normally highlight. Center of my forehead, because that's where the light will naturally hit my face. And then I like to go down the bridge of my nose to give, doing this just gives you a softer, more perfected look. Instead of having like a crazy snatched, highlighted, contoured face, you want something a little bit more natural. So just adding a lighter setting powder is just enough to still have that highlighted and contoured look, but not overdone. So yeah, just add some to my chin and my Cupid's bow. See? Nice and highlighted. Alright, so now just go in with my all over face powder. This is MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is my Makeup Forever Kabuki brush. And I'm just going to set the parts of my face that I did not put any highlighting powder on. I personally love bronzer. To me, this makes everything look better. So I'm going to take a really fluffy brush, and I take my CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer in Ebony Bronze. Dip that in there, and then just go along my jawline really lightly, my forehead lightly, and then on my cheeks lightly. This is Copper Tone by MAC, but use any neutral tone blush that's complementary to your skin tone. Oh, I forgot about mascara. Okay, so I like lashes, love lashes, but I personally think that lashes are way too much for an interview. Wouldn't recommend them for an interview because, you know, it's just too distracting. So really good application of mascara would do just fine, I think. So I'm using They're Real by Benefits. It's my favorite mascara. And I'm gonna do about 2 to 3 coats. Alright, so now we can move on to the lips since everything else is done. For the lips, I like to do something very, very neutral. Take a lipstick that is very close to your skin tone. For me, that is MAC's Modesty lipstick. So pretty. I love this lipstick. So I'm going to be putting MAC's Spite right on top. This is like a kind of like a purpley mauve color. It's not really that light, so it's going to kind of tie in. Alright, this is the finished look, guys. I actually really like how this turned out. It looks very fresh, very clean, very professional, and that's exactly how you want to be in your interviews. So yeah, I hope you subscribe to my channel and also like this video if you liked it, and I really hope that you get the job that you are going for.